So in today's episode, we are working on this Ford Transit work van. This is actually a friend of ours and he's selling this vehicle. We need to clean it up, both interior and exterior, and it's a wreck. But we're not shooting for perfection here, even though this is kind of a disaster vehicle. This is going to be sold. It's a work vehicle, so there's no seeking perfection here. We're basically cleaning it up, and we're going to remove the vinyl on here as well, so we'll show you how we do that. Now, once again, this is a work vehicle. There's dents, there's scratches, there's all sorts of wear and tear. Let's see how well we can do in bringing this back. But as we look at the wheels, they're really bad. Let's clean those up and make those look nice and bright. We're gonna remove all of this vinyl. The vinyl isn't old, so it really should come off pretty easy, but you can see that there is buildup. There's dirt buildup around the edges here. When we remove the vinyl, you're going to see a little line there. You may see the actual kind of ghosting of the lettering on the paint, and usually that's because what's underneath the vinyl is nice clean paint, and all of this will be swirled up and dirty, and you may see the difference. We're going to try to minimize that, maybe not completely take it away, because again, it's a work vehicle and it may be used for vinyl again, but we're going to clean up those edges so at least it doesn't look so bad. Now let's take a look at the interior. It is in rough shape. Of course, used by, employees and workers, and well, they don't always take the best care of vehicles. Let's clean this up as best as we can. Some of these stains will come out and some of them won't. First thing I like to do on vehicles like this is blow them out. Before I do any washing on the exterior, any vacuuming on the interior, I'm going to take my Tornador and blow out all the cracks and crevices. This will make a mess and it'll put a lot of junk into the air and things will settle on the dash. That's why I do it first. However, this does help in loosening all that junk up before we get to vacuuming. Oh, and the back here is just all empty. So we'll blow all of this out and then wipe it all down as well. Now you have a couple of different options here. You can use a blower like this, or even a blower like we have here, this Adams Air Cannon Jr. We could totally use that as well because it's very powerful and it's good continuous air. Or you could use the Tornador tool like this. Now, my air compressor is pretty small over there, so I can't run this for too long. In some areas I'll use this, but what I'm gonna do first is use a blower. So either that one or the Air Cannon Jr. I think I'll take the Air Cannon Jr. and use that one instead because it's a little bit more powerful than the handheld unit, but let's see how it works. And then if we need to go into some other areas, we'll use this. So the interior is pretty much done now and looking nice. So I just vacuumed up the carpets a little bit more. The seats are looking really good. And wifey went through and dressed everything. Basically, she just used the Stoner's Trim Shine in all of these areas. And now they look awesome. Nice. The back area is looking good. I'm not going to dress the floor because this is a work van and there's actually mounts to put storage back here, so that's why I'm not going crazy on dressing the floor and making it look nice and black and perfect, because it's a work truck. You don't need to do that. Now before we wash it, we're removing all of the vinyl lettering.
Just residue.
Yeah.
I thought it was ripping off the paint.
Oh. Whew. Whew. You've done that before.
Yep.
We once did a Toyota Prius. We did the headlights on it, and it was a white Toyota Prius, an older, like early 2000s model. And they were known for having paint issues, primer issues, actually, you know, not bonding to the paint. So we did the headlights and we taped all around it. And as we're peeling the tape, it peeled off an entire sheet of paint from the hood, and we had to pay to get that repainted. Yeah, so that was horrible. We learned from that. But with this, we are using little plastic razor blades. In some areas, if we need to use heat, we do that as well. But this will peel off fairly easily. And any residue that's left, I'll show you what we do to remove that. Oh, I gotta heat it up, huh? We removed everything off the glass already. Actually, my dad did. He had some fun yesterday and removed all of that from the glass, and actually a big portion of it on this side and the other side as well. So let's continue to get this lettering off the truck. Now, when using a heat gun, just be careful. Just warm it up enough to be able to peel it. You don't have to heat it up so that it's melting off, but just enough. Yeah, just enough to get it malleable, and then it should peel right off. And what you're seeing around here is just the dirt around the letters, and that'll come off with residue remover. There we go. Nice. So we're using some Vonix Strike. This is their residue remover. It's a citrus-based residue and glue remover, and it can remove tar, residue, all that stuff. So I'm just spraying it liberally, letting it dwell a little bit. If you need to use a little razor blade to scrape these edges, then you can do that as well. But this comes off pretty easily. There's some stubborn residue here that I'll probably need oh, maybe not. No, that just dissolved right away. And this will probably need some light polishing, so we are going to do a quick all-in-one polish on this as well. Now, some guys like to use those eraser wheels to remove vinyl, and that's totally an option. I don't like them because they make a huge mess. So it's just personal choice. I don't like them, but they do work. So now with all of the vinyl removed, all of the residue removed, now we're going to wash it. You could have done it the other way around, but remember, this is a work vehicle. Look at all the wear and tear. We're not worried about causing any type of issues on the paint because we're going to lightly polish it anyway. And it's pretty dirty, so let's clean this now. So I am going to hit all of the paint with an APC first, and I'm doing it dry. So for the tires and wheels, we're using Extra Tough Wheel and Tire Cleaner. This is a newer product. We've had it now for a couple of months, and this stuff is extremely strong. It's non-acid, so it's a high alkaline, high pH cleaner. From what I am seeing here, reading all the directions, you use it straight. It's not dilutable. Comes in 32 ounce or a big 5-gallon jug as well. So we're gonna use this on the tires and the wheels dry. Don't rinse it. We're not going to rinse it because we're in cool weather here. We're not worried about anything drying, but let's see how this stuff does on these nasty wheels and tires. And we're also letting that APC dwell on the paint for about a minute. We're gonna rinse it all off. So touchless, not bad. We can probably get a little closer if we wanted to, but just for rinsing, it did a pretty good job. So we're gonna spray again and agitate these wheels when we get to that part.